backstage at Nokia Theater with Rhodey from Protest the Hero. How you doing? Well, you guys just finished a pretty blistering set. How's the tour going for you? How far are you into the tour? What's going on? What's coming next?
Well, we did the Canadian portion of this tour, which was about 2.5 weeks. Then we headed out east alone, all the way to Newfoundland. This is only the second day of the American leg. We're pretty happy. We got our original guitar player back in the country. He's not been in the country for a while due to some drug allegations. And I do mean allegations. But I don't know, it's going pretty smoothly.
That's cool. Now, you guys just put out the second CD last month?
Yes, sir.
Now, what's the difference between the new? How does the new CD differ from the previous one?
I think it's much more metal driven. You know, before it was. I hate to say it because I hate the genre and I hate to have existed within its borders at some point, but it was kind of more a screamo-esque record, and now it's definitely leaning more towards metal with the technicality and the progressive guitars and so on and so forth.
Well, I mean, what do you think of the comments? I was reading some of the review quotes, and they said sort of Coheed and Cambria mixed with Slayer.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. You know what? When it comes down to it, I think people, specifically like reporters and press, have this weird little mind frame where they just want to put everything in a neat little package. And I don't think all things fit within that. You know, like if Dream Theater just came out with a record right now and it sounded exactly like it is, but no one had ever heard of them, like, what would they say? They'd be like, oh, it sounds like Ace Frehley solo project mixed with Slayer. You know, like it's just terms that people throw around to make other people more comfortable, but it leaves everything less defined. I think it's ridiculous when it comes down to it. Symphony X, sorry.
Well, what kind of what kind of music are you guys into? I mean, what do you listen to while you tour?
Symphony X, first of all, I was just flashing on that screen, that's why I mentioned it. I don't have ADHD, I've just got ADD, straight up. I don't know, we listen to a lot of, the interesting thing about metal, like I was going to say we listen to a lot of metal, but the interesting thing about metal is it has such a wide, different amount of like facets that you can listen to. Like, you know, there's fantasy metal, there's death metal, there's grind metal, there's pop metal, there's 80s hair metal. So we listen to a lot of things that, you know, sort of ebb and flow throughout the metal genre. But then again, you know, we listen to a lot of different things. Like, I'm a big fan of Ben Folds. I didn't mean that wink sarcastically, I just meant it because our publicist was in Ben Folds' first video, and I do love him. I listen to a lot of Jeff Buckley, Damien Rice, Les Miserables, like big theatrical productions.
Now, are you guys going to come back? I know you're playing Warped over the summer. Are you doing any headline shows?
I don't know. I think we're at a very fragile point of our careers at this point, specifically in the United States of America, because we're certainly not capable of headlining unless we were playing like basements.
Okay. What's the reaction like? I mean, have you guys been around the world, and is there a better place to play for you?
Yeah, we've well, I don't know if we've been around the world. We've played a few shows in Europe. We've done the UK a couple times. We played Japan, obviously Canada extensively. It changes from place to place, but people don't really change. The reaction is kind of similar. Those who love it. Those who hate it. And there's no real gray area with us. You know, I think that's kind of important to us also. That, like, you don't find the people that are like, they're okay. You know, you find the people that are either like, fuck those guys, or those guys are cool.
Well, what's the Canadian metal scene like? I remember you guys first heard of you guys when you hit that Independent Award, what was it, 3 years ago?
Yeah, I think that was 2003 or 4.
Yeah.
We didn't deserve it. Our parents went on the internet and just clicked vote a million times. So we got it somehow. But the Canadian metal scene is actually really good. You know, specifically talking about the French-Canadian part. You know, in Quebec, they have a lot of like good, really deathy, grindy, technical bands. Like, you know, for instance, Beneath the Massacre. One of the huge ones, one of the huge influences on us, Cryptopsy. And then as you move to the West Coast, they have a bit more of a like melodic metal, like Into Eternity, who are playing with Symphony X here, actually. Saturday, April 5th.
So how did you guys go from happy-go-lucky to protest the hero?
Puberty. It was straight puberty. You know, I woke up one day, my sheets were a little sticky, and I was just like, I don't like punk rock anymore. I like technical metal. I took out my NoFX CD and popped in some Pantera. No, but it was a pretty natural progression. We were listening to like pretty much punk rock when we were very young, and we started listening to heavier and heavier, more thrash-driven punk rock like Propaganda, Strung Out, and you know it progressed from there into things like one of my personal favorites, Judas Priest,
Sure.
Pantera, and then from there, you know, we obviously delved further into the world of technical musicianship. We ended up, you know, with influences like Spiral Architect, Spastic Inc., and all the like Ron Yarzenbeck kind of stuff.
Now, did you know the other bands in the bill before the tour, or I mean, how did the tour come together?
We know the Silverstein guys. We toured with them a couple years ago. We did the Warped Tour with them in 2006. They became pretty good friends of ours, so they just asked us out. Other than that, we don't really know any of the other bands on the tour, which is okay. New friends, I guess.
Oh, sure. Now, what do you guys do for fun in the different cities?
You know what? We're like, for the amount of traveling we've done, we're probably the most uncultured people you've ever met in your life. As soon as we get somewhere, like we flew into Japan, we're like, where are the beers? Where's the pizza? Just want some beer, just want some pizza. So, that's essentially what we do wherever we go. We get off a plane, we're just like, pizza, beer. You know, sometimes the order switches up, but it's always those two.
Sure. Well, what's on the agenda for the rest of the year then?
Just touring ourselves to a halt, and probably breaking up at the end of the year because there's so much touring. I don't know, I think we're going to do the Warped Tour in the summer. We're hoping to get over to Japan, back to Japan in May. I love Japan. That's about it, you know, just touring.
Great. Yeah, well, that's about all the questions I had. Is there anything you want to say and wrap up?
I don't know. I think I'm good.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Cool, thank you.